Alright, what is going on, everybody? What's up, what's up? What's up? Phil here on the stream live for my first of two gameplay streams for Wednesday, July 26, 2017. How are you doing? Hopefully your answer is, I'm doing well, Phil. If your answer is, I'm not doing so well. Well, hopefully, today's stream will cheer you up a bit. And you might be saying, well, wonder what Phil's playing today. You know, it was up in the air. If you're not aware, guys, last night, I put a poll up on my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, to determine what I would be playing today. Because, right now, I've actually got some free time. A rarity, right? A rarity where there's several days, you know, today and coming up after tomorrow, you know, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where I've got really nothing scheduled, nothing on the docket, nothing important to get to, and this doesn't happen all the time. You know, usually I'm actually behind on games, or I'm running behind on playthroughs, and, you know, it just so happens that this summer I managed to schedule things pretty well so that I wrapped up all the projects that I've been working on, you know. My second run through Red Dead Redemption, and then it's DLC Undead Nightmare, my Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin run, including all the DLCs. And of course, several weeks back there, I played Crash Bandicoot 3 from the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, which has been a lot of fun. You know, it was good to play that game. I never played it before. And I ended up getting the 105% rating in it and everything. And that was a fun playthrough, for sure. But now I had a few downtime days. You know, in August, I'm going to be busy. August, we're going to have a Sonic video game playthrough. I'm also going to be playing this game called Tacoma. There's also a new Batman Telltale game. And that's all in the first 2 weeks. Then, you know, I'm also going to be doing my podcast, Hate Live. The second half of the month, we've got a ton of new releases. So August itself, the month is going to be packed with stuff. Okay? Packed with content, packed with games. But for the rest of July, I really didn't have much to do besides tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be going back to Overwatch for one session because there's a new character, Doomfist, that's being released. So I figured that would be a fun session for tomorrow. But I had a few days to kill, right? And I didn't know what should I do. And so I put it into the hands of you guys. So what would you like to see? Would you like to see me maybe go back to Nier Automata and do a second run through that game? Because people have been asking for that since March. Would you like me to go back to Ride to Hell Retribution and continue on with that train wreck of a game? Or do you want to see me maybe do some fighting games, which I haven't done in over a week, and people seem to enjoy the fighting game streams that I put on? Or would you like me to see go back and play Crash Bandicoot 1 in this insane trilogy, okay? And overwhelmingly, people voted for Crash. It ended up winning, I think, 35% of the poll. And by the way, thank you to everyone who did vote. Almost 800 votes overnight. That's a lot of votes. Especially for me putting up a poll. Typically, when I put up a poll, I get between like 300 to 600 votes. So, basically, people were pretty excited to vote, which is good. And so we're going to be doing Crash 1 again. Now, I say again because 2 years ago, before it was ever announced that the Crash Insane Trilogy was ever going to be made by Naughty Dog, I, you know, on my own volition during the summer downtime, decided to play Crash Bandicoot 1. This was the the PS3 emulated version of the PS1 version of the game. So really, I played the original Crash Bandicoot 1, okay? Now, let's talk. So what's different between Crash Bandicoot in the Insane Trilogy versus the original Crash Bandicoot 1 that I play? First of all, the graphics are improved. But second of all, apparently there's a whole new physics engine that was put into the game. And it's the same engine that's for all three of the Crash games, alright? From what I'm going to understand, at least from what the media have reported, I don't know because I personally have not played this yet. People are actually saying that this version of the game is harder than the original. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this, alright? The original is hard as shit. In particular, there's 3 stages. There's these 2 stages that are bridges with tons of difficult platforming. And there's one stage that I remember is a side-scrolling platforming up the side of like this like big castle tower. Those stages are a motherfucking bitch. They are very difficult. They took me, you know, upwards of an hour or more to beat the first time that I played this game 2 years ago. Now, you got to keep in mind, I did play the Crash Bandicoot games when they were new, but only like for like a one rental, meaning a few hours. I never beat them. I never had a lot of experience with them. So really, when I played Crash Bandicoot 1 2 years ago, it was my first real experience to the trilogy. It wasn't like I had played them seriously or anything in the past. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be quite interesting, all right, to see how this goes. Now, the good news is there are positive changes to the game this time around. If you remember when I played Crash Bandicoot 2 years ago, one of the major problems I had with the game was that it was very archaic. It didn't have a proper checkpoint system, and if you died on some of these tough stages, you would then have to go back and grind for extra lives to continue, and then you would have to replay entire stages beforehand. Like, it was like there was no checkpoint between every stage. If you died at a certain stage, you have to go back and replay 2 or 3 stages to even get back to the one you failed at. That was really bad. That was one of the reasons why I was like ripping my hair out 2 years ago. So that apparently is fixed. So that's a good thing. They took out the archaic game design and the archaic problems with the previous, you know, original versions of this game and made it more modern. That's a good thing. Now, since this was voted in, okay, since this was voted in, this is what I'm going to be doing today, and basically 3 more days this weekend. I'm going to try to run through and beat the game, okay? Now, let's be honest here. Am I going to 100% this game? Probably not. And the reason being, you know, Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3 are actually pretty easy games unless you try to 100% them. Like Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3, I'll be, you know, very starkly honest with you. I think that if you're just playing the games to beat them, you could beat them really quickly, like within, say, 4 or 5 hours each, with almost no challenge. Like, those games aren't very difficult. Okay? But if you want to get all the boxes, if you want to get all the gems, if, you know, in Crash 3 you go for the speed runs and all that, now you get a big challenge, right? In Crash Bandicoot 1, that's not the case. In Crash Bandicoot 1, the game is just fucking hard. Like, this was the original. This game was made to be difficult and a major challenge. So, in that regard, am I going to try to 100% the entire game? Probably not. I think it would be much more of a crazy-ass, daunting task, more set for a completionist gamer than someone like me, alright? Just being real here. This game is tough. I remember it being tough. And I don't think people would enjoy me going back again and 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 again to see me try to get every single collectible and everything. I don't think that it would lend itself to a good playthrough. Versus with Crash 2 and 3, I think it did, because it would have been child's play to just rush through those games and beat them with a couple hours if I wasn't actually going for those collectibles. Okay? So, we'll see. Let's see what happens. Let's play it by ear. Alright? Let's see what happens. Let's enjoy it and go from there. I don't want to promise you anything. Let's play it and see. Maybe, because I've already beaten it, right? And because I just played Crash recently, maybe I'll find it easier than the first time that I played it. And therefore maybe I will go for more of a completionist deal. I don't know. But I don't want to say I'm doing it. I just don't, because I really feel, honestly, that would be like torturing myself to promise you something like that ahead of time that maybe I can't live through. The other thing is, folks, and this is me being completely honest, I can't play this game into August. I can't. This is a time killer for me, okay? This is just something to fill up these streams before we hit the already scheduled content. And just so you know, on Monday the 31st of July, I'm doing an Indies Marathon. That's already a given and scheduled in stone. Starting on Monday, August 1st, I'm starting my Gotta Go Fast Sonic playthrough, which at this point is still looking like it's going to be Sonic Adventure 1, okay? And then starting on the 2nd, I'm playing Tacoma. All right. And then I'm balancing all that with Danganronpa 2. So you got to understand, I've already got all this stuff scheduled for early August. So whatever I'm playing of Crash right now, all right, has to be finished by Monday. Now, tomorrow, as I said, I'm playing Overwatch. So really that leaves today, today, which is Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All right. So that's 4 sessions of, let's say, roughly 3 to 4 hours of gameplay, because they vary. Like today, depending on when pre-stream ends here, I take a break. It'll be between 3 to 4 hours of gameplay every day on stream, okay? So, let's see what happens. Maybe I will get through the game really quickly, and I was like, oh man, I want to go back and challenge myself and do some challenge runs. Or, on the flip side, maybe I'll beat the game really quickly and be like, okay, now I have time for another session or two of something different, like, for example, maybe some fighting games or something, okay? So let's see, but I do want to say thank you to everyone who voted overnight. I love when I have these interactive deals, okay? I love that. I absolutely love that people contribute and people are able to say, this is what I want to see, please play it, versus me just kind of pulling out of a hat and hoping that what I'm guessing you want to see is what you want to see, you know what I mean? All right. So there you go, folks. That's the deal. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to talk about on pre-stream before we really get started here? Tonight I am doing more Danganronpa 2 for the 3rd day in a row. Tonight I'm playing more Danganronpa 2, folks. I don't know if I'm playing it all week. It depends on how my voice holds out. Right now my voice is iffy. What I mean by that is, like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Right now it's a little hoarse, but it's not bad. Yesterday my throat was actually pretty sore, but then it got better. After dinner it got better, and then when I played Danganronpa it actually wasn't bad at all. So it all depends. Right now, sadly, it's very, very hot, it's humid, and it's very sunny here in Washington State, which is abnormal for us, but it is the summertime, so we do have some weeks like this. And right now the pollen count is high, like really high, because of this. But that being said, we're nearing into the the home stretch of summer. There's only a month left, so within the next few weeks, the weather here may change, get cooler, and start going back to being cloudy and rainy. In which case, my allergies won't bother me anymore. Hopefully. Okay. Oh, so one thing, folks. People are in the stream chat are asking me, did I get the free DLC level for Crash 1? I think I did. I think it was an automatic download, or it was an automatic unlock. Alright? What I meant to say there, excuse me. What I meant to say there is, I looked it up and people were telling me that you have to download it. It's a DLC, you have to get it off PSN. So I just looked, and it says it's already purchased. It just says purchased. That's all it says. It doesn't even say download or nothing. It's just grayed out and it says purchased. So I'm assuming it's already unlocked. I don't know. I hope it's in there. I don't know how else to do it. I'm hoping that it does show up when I boot the game up here. Okay? Alright. So, that's really it, folks. I really don't have a lot to talk about on pre-stream, so, real quick, let me go through a few plugs, and then I'm going to give everyone their shout-outs, because a few people already have started with cheering. There actually already is a minor cheer war, people vying for the role of the cheerleader of today's stream already, but I'll talk about that in a moment, okay? Alright. So, thank you very much, folks, for being here on the stream. If you enjoy my daily live streams, if you enjoy my on-demand videos on YouTube, there are many ways that you can support me in my efforts to continue to be able to do this on a daily basis. The first being Patreon at patreon.com/darksideville. Folks, there's only 5 days left in the month of July, alright? Only 5 days left. We are still over $100 away from hitting the monthly goal for July, alright? It's crunch time now, folks. So if you seriously want to have major input and control over a Patron's Choice playthrough that will take place during the fall, meaning you'll be able to nominate and vote on what game will be the next Patron's Choice playthrough, you need to pledge $5 or more to my Patreon by the end of the month, okay? Just FYI, right now we are not, good. We're not sitting pretty. We are below the goal. And I just want to make that abundantly clear to everyone. We need to have more people pledge within the next 5 days in order to hit this monthly goal, all right? Now, there is incredible amount of power, all right, that you have over playthroughs and things with these Patrons' Choice playthroughs. You just don't understand. For example, I'll give you an example. Right now, for this Gotta Go Fast Sonic event that's going to happen, only about 24 people really are voting and controlling the fate of that playthrough. Even though I have over 80 people who are in that $5 a month category on Patreon, a lot of people don't take advantage of the fact that they can participate in these events. So, I mean, just think about that. If you're only 24 people are really voting, that means you have like a 5 to 10% control over, what's going to happen with this playthrough. That's a lot of power. I don't think people realize that they have the power. If they just nominate a good game, people might jump on that bandwagon. That might be the game that I end up playing, right? So, that being said, folks, please consider pledging. It's a great way to become a part of the interactive experience and actually control what I play during certain times of the year. Now, it's not just about the monthly goal, all right? There's several different levels of patron pledges you can do that will give you different perks, such as getting text or verbal thank yous in my videos, getting your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, which is going to happen in August, by the way, or getting a private Q&A video made. I actually just did 3 of them a week ago, and I actually just got a thank you from one of the people who I made the video for, and they actually interacted with me and sent back some more. It was like a conversation almost going back and forth between me and this person in regards to what they wanted me to talk about in the video. So, yeah, these private Q&A videos are great. Of course, that's the highest level perk. All of your pledges go towards allowing me to continue to do this. They pay for the electricity. They pay for the cost of internet. They pay for the games. They pay for the equipment in the office. They pay for everything. So thank you to those who have pledged in the past. Thank you to those who are thinking of pledging in the future. Thank you to those who are current pledgees. Thank you to everyone who participates with my Patreon, all right? 5 days left, everyone. I hope we can make the goal. I really would like to. We're close. We only need a few more people to step up and pledge, and we'll be able to make that goal and make this Patron's Choice playthrough happen. But we're not there yet, okay? Okay. Number 2, Teespring, ladies and gentlemen. As you see here on my pre-stream, I've been showing off some of the new line of product from Azure Studios, the same guy who made the skull logo. He's got me in the kind of the kawaii fill design. You've got the I Hate Skeletons design. These are great. In fact, they're so good. I was so impressed with them. I ordered 2 shirts from these new designs, and they're scheduled to arrive here within the next couple of days, actually. What's today, the 26th? I think they said they were going to arrive between the 27th to the 29th. Oh my god, excuse me. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I love these designs, and I'm excited to start wearing them in videos and everything, and, here on my daily streams. So please consider checking out my Teespring shop. It's not just those, by the way. There's tons of designs, There's the Wow Dude design, there's the skull design, there's the DSPGaming logo design. There's a ridiculous amount of awesome stuff over there. All, by the way, all fan submitted, okay? So please give it a look, and anything that you do happen to buy there, shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, I get a pretty decent commission out of all of them, and they help me out. So please give it a look and consider buying stuff, all right? Some cool in-person merch that could be a cool collectible for you. All right. And then, last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you're here live on the stream, the most direct way that you can support everything would be through cheering, subbing, or tipping. Okay? If you do any of those things during the course of the stream, I will give you a nice shout out. That's how it works. Keep in mind that it is at my discretion. If you're going to do insulting stuff or trolling stuff, I don't have to give you your shout out. So please be careful with your messages and, I'm looking for positive stuff. In addition, excuse me, whoa, I almost choked. In addition, if you cheer 50 bits or more, if you tip me $2 or more, or if you sub to the channel, and click on the share button, you'll receive a pop-up notification here live on the stream, which you've been seeing the whole pre-stream. They're popping up there in the bottom left-hand corner, okay? So it's kind of like double recognition. You get the visual recognition and you get the shout-out from me in between levels and stuff, okay? So, please consider, contributing if you can. Since I did adopt live streaming as more of a major focus in March of 2017, this has been the reason why I'm able to keep doing this daily. I'm incredibly thankful for all of you who've come out for my streams. And in fact, I have a major milestone announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? As of today, I hit 40,000 total followers here on my Twitch channel. All right? And you may say, well, why is this a milestone? I don't understand. Let me explain. So this Twitch channel used to be used actively for streaming from 2013 through late 2014. Then I put it on hiatus from late 2014 all the way until last year, late last year. So for 2 years, it sat stagnant. All right? 2 years. And I didn't know if people were going to come back and watch me on Twitch when I returned. I didn't know what was going to happen. All right? Things fluctuate all the time. Going from Twitch to YouTube to everywhere, going all around, bouncing all around, right? And then when I came back, thankfully Twitch was able to reactivate the account. And I will say this, Twitch has been nothing but nice to me since I came back, which is very nice of them. I have no complaints whatsoever about Twitch. So things have been good. Now when I came back, I believe I had around 31 to 32,000 followers. And I'll be honest, it took a while to get people to realize, oh God, Phil's back on Twitch. I can't believe it. I thought he was gone for good. About a month, I would say it was probably sometime in June, early June. I hit about 35,000 followers here on my Twitch channel. And I announced it. It was a good positive thing. I was like, wow, So I got thousands of new followers or whatever. I'll tell you this, folks. Since the summer started, since I started playing games like Dark Souls 2, right? Since I started doing that kind of stuff, I've been getting a lot of new followers on a daily basis here on my Twitch channel. Okay, a lot. I'm talking, I usually get about a couple hundred a day. Now, I don't know if this will eventually translate into a bunch of people who come out to watch my stuff who didn't used to. Because let's face it, folks, let's be real honest here. It's very easy to fake this kind of stuff. It's very easy for bots to follow and stuff. You know what I mean? It's all automated. It's funny, like Twitter. Everyone has all these Twitter accounts. Most people, 50% of your Twitter followers are robots. And you just don't realize it. But that's the God's honest truth, is that a lot of social media and all these things are all automated bullshit, okay? So yeah, is it significant? Like, I had 35,000 followers. I just hit 40,000. Does that mean that it's 5,000 active viewers? Absolutely not. It doesn't mean that at all, all right? But it's cool to see growth. I haven't seen growth in a while. I'll tell you, folks, YouTube is deader than fucking dead. It's stagnant as shit. Unless you conform to exactly what the YouTube formula for success is, which is basically at this point, over-dramatized thumbnails, over-dramatized titles on every video, highly edited content, and drama. Drama, out the fucking ass drama. If you don't have those 4 things in every video you put out on YouTube, you can't be successful anymore. It's just that simple. Either that or you already had to have an insanely large following to survive. YouTube has degraded itself into this mess of crap. And it's just not the website it used to be. The community over there is terrible. Honestly, it's really bad. Okay? There's no way for me to do anything that's going to be popular on YouTube without drama. And I know that because last year I opened a channel called KO Gaming. And every negative video I made there blew up. Virally. Viral popularity on YouTube. One video had 1 million views. All because I said games sucked. But every video I made about a good video game tanked. No one liked those videos. Oh, we don't want that. We want more negativity and drama. And I'm not all about that. I'm about playing games and having fun with the games and being honest about the games. Not about always harping on drama and shit. Okay? So that's why I basically had that kind of popularity for a little bit, a couple months last year. I said that I don't want to be that kind of content creator, and I basically stopped. I focused more on gameplay and that kind of stuff, and that's where I want to be. All right. So, what I'd like to say is thank you to those who continue to follow, who continue to watch and everything. But yeah, even though I've hit 40,000 followers here on Twitch, I'm sure I'm not going to be getting 40,000 viewers on Eddie's stream anytime soon. But at least the point here is there's growth. And hopefully, you know, when we start hitting new releases, for example, coming up in August, September, October, November, the big games people have wanted to see me play for a long time. Maybe some of these people will actually come out to watch, right? What I'm seeing is some cool growth. I'm hoping I can keep this growth continuing, all right? If my growth on Twitch continues, okay? The rate that it's been going, that's just a very positive sign. It means I'll be able to keep doing this, and I might even, for the first time in years, actually be in a little bit better position. Rather than being in a worse position, and a worse position, and a worse position every year, maybe I could be in a better position next year. I'm just saying, right now things aren't going so bad, okay? But it's because of you, because you're showing up, because you're contributing. That's why. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right? So, 40,000 followers. That's great. Thank you for that. And let's keep it going. Let's keep that positive growth moving, okay? All right. All right, everybody. That is it. I want to say thank you again. Let's get started with my second run through Crash Bandicoot 1 here. Okay? Very quickly, let's go through the shout-outs, and then we'll get started. So, going all the way down here. Shout out to Game Master 2003. He's dead, who did a 10-bit cheer, and he says, are you going for 100%? I already answered that on pre-stream. I don't know what I'm doing yet. R2DF did a 10-bit cheer and said, cheerleader hype. Mr. Papavera did a 100-bit cheer and says, for Crash hype, 1 bit is 1 mango. I just wish there was a mango icon in place of the bits here on Twitch. Very nice. Shout out to R2DF who did another cheer, 101-bit cheer. Then Game Master 2003 did a 102-bit cheer. Then R2DF did a 103-bit cheer. Holy crap. So there was a little bit of a cheer war there going on. Then R2DF did a 10-bit cheer. He says, when will we get Patreon plant selfies? I'll pick with you of the plants in the background. I don't know. Maybe I'll do... If people really want that. Do you really want pictures of the plants in the background? I don't know. Californian did a 10-bit cheer. He says, when Hollywood finally produces pioneers of YouTube, the legacy of DSP, who do you hope that they cast for the major characters? Well, I hope that at least they would get, like, Pauly Shore to play me. At least. Someone of that caliber of, you know, theater has to, you know, to be in the role of me. I mean, let's face it here. There you go. And then it would just be about me. There'd be no one else in the movie. So it would just be Pauly Shore for about, 4 hours. A 4-hour biopic epic about me, okay? Biographical pic. There you go. Kushiakatori did a 10-bit cheer. He says, maybe have random multiplayer sessions when there's free days, but a time crunch on them, like Modern Warfare Remastered MP or other MP games. Yeah, I guess I could do that, because I bought the games digitally. Like, for example, Modern Warfare Remastered has been off my PS4 for a million years. But I guess because I got it digitally, I technically could re-download it and do something like that. Golden Colts did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Derek is wondering, do you have a rock and pop song from the 90s? Mine is the impression that I get from the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. As I've said, in the 90s, I was very heavily into alternative rock, grunge, that kind of stuff. Pretty much the song that I liked the most during that time period was probably Stone Temple Pilots' Interstate Love Song. There you go. I loved that song for whatever reason. I couldn't get enough of it. I just love it. Alright, there you go. Californian did a 105-bit cheer. He says, if you could re-roll any one of your in-real-life stats, what would it be? In real-life stats? What on earth does that mean? Do you mean physical stats, like physical prowess? Do you mean mental capacity? Do you mean... I don't know what you mean. I mean, really honestly, the one thing that I would like to change is my health, My fucking stupid allergies and my back injury and a fucking foot problem from 2 years ago. All that shit keeps creeping up to bother me. If I could just have, like, good health, I think that would be, like, the one positive change that would be awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of people would be like, oh, don't you just want to be like filthy rich or whatever? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't really care about that kind of stuff. I want to keep doing what I'm doing for fun. All right. And just being able to do it on a daily basis and, you know, not have to worry about, oh God, they're going to repossess my fucking house tomorrow. It's not about that. For me, it's the one thing I can't really control is all these health issues that I have. And sadly, because the U.S. healthcare sucks, I can't really get the stuff fixed. You know, right now my left nostril is completely congested despite the fact that almost an hour ago I took decongestant. You know, my post-nasal drip is bothering me. My allergy, my throat's swollen up, bothering me. And it's like, fuck, I just wish this shit would go away. And there's really no way to fix it. That would be like the one thing I could fix about myself, honestly. Alright, R2DF did 106-bit cheer, becoming the cheerleader for the stream at that point. I got a $3 tip from Wii U Classic, who says, are you ever going to finish The Elder Scrolls Oblivion? Probably not. That was a playthrough I did many, many years ago. Not many people cared about it then, to the point where I dropped it and did other stuff. And now I really don't know if I'll ever go back to it, honestly. That would be like, if I was to do it, I'd probably just start over. I wouldn't fucking, you know, go back to that playthrough. I would start it completely over from scratch, I think. Califloridian did a 20-bit cheer and says, sounds like I found my interview. I think Califloridian was trying to ask me if he could pay me for an interview, to which I said no, but I think he's responding to when I was mentioning how you could get a private Q&A video made if you know, for the highest pledge level on my Patreon. Yeah, if you have, like, questions you want answered, and as long as they're obviously not insanely personal questions of personal information I wouldn't want to share with people, go for it. The highest level perk, the video typically I make is 20 to 30 minutes long for people. Okay? Shout out to Stuart, who did a $1 tip. He says, so happy that you're playing Crash 1 again. Now play the fucking game joking. Golden Colts did a 50-bit cheer. He says, Derek is wondering, do you know the famous Mr. Bean? Of course. Mr. Bean got very popular here in the United States in the 90s, much like he did in Britain and everywhere. So I'm very aware of Mr. Bean. Califloridian did another 10-bit cheer, and he says, can you sell Speedo merch? Interesting. No, I'm not currently selling any Speedo merch. Dark Viking 159 did a $10 tip. Thank you, Dark Viking. And he says, for the plants. Thank you, Dark Viking, for the plants. Yes. Coral Guy did a $1 tip. He says, glad Crash 1 has won. Should be an entertaining run. Also, I hope you're enjoying all my influx of fish knowledge. Yes. Coral Guy, the past couple days on stream, I've been talking about potential of maybe getting some pets, okay? And I didn't know anything about fish. I've never had fish, but I'm very interested in fish. And Coral Guy sent me a ton of information about it. I'm going back and forth with him discussing it. And by the way, no, there's probably no chance I'm getting fish soon, only because it seems like there is an initial investment cost that I'm not willing to pay right now. But very interesting to learn about it, and maybe something I look into in the future. Okay? Shout out to Bernie Lomax, who did a 10-bit cheer and says, congrats on 40K. Thank you, Bernie Lomax. Dooley did a 300-bit cheer. Thank you, Dooley. That made him the cheerleader at that point. Game Master 2003 is dead. Did an 18-bit cheer and says, are you a fan of Ozzy? I guess he means Ozzy Osbourne. Yes. Yes. Of course, you know, Ozzy by himself, and also when he was with, what was it, Black Sabbath? Both, though, you know, I like them both. R2DF did a 301-bit cheer, who became the cheerleader, and he says, if you're rich, you can buy good health and do what you do for fun. I guess that's true. It's funny because we all like to say, money is the root of all evil, right? We all say that. But the thing is, it's really about what you do with the money. Like, I don't think it's money that's evil. It's people who get the money and then do corrupt things with the money and to stay on top and keep getting the money. You know what I mean? Like, there are people who I really full-heartedly believe that if they had money, they'd go do nice things with it. They'd go do charitable things, you know, positive things. And then there's people who, when they get money, all they do is try to hoard the money and fucking stomp people down underneath their boots. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm sure if I did have unlimited money, I could go get all the things fixed with my body. I would be able to do this daily and not have to worry about income. I agree. Shout out to Yanu, who tipped me $1 and says, did you know that Crash 1 was made in only 5 months? Only possible in America, home of the free and the brave. Okay then, no, I did not know that. That's pretty crazy if that is true. That's insane, especially today with the crazy long development cycles we have for modern games. Whipping together a game in 5 months is unheard of. Shout out to Viking. Darth Radovan Viking, by the way. I have to say that now because now we have 2 Vikings. We've got Dark Viking and Darth Radovan Viking. Viking did a 302-bit cheer, and he says, I really admire your courage, Phil. Stay positive, and things will be better. And shout out to R2DF, who did a 303-bit cheer to become the cheerleader for today's stream. And he says, shout out to Darth Radovan Viking. So it seems we've got a few people who are contending for the top cheer spot on today's stream. That's awesome to see. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I appreciate that. All right. It is now time to begin, ladies and gentlemen, with today's stream. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? All right. It's time to begin, folks. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's do this. Crash 1, Insane Trilogy Edition. Let's see how I do. Oh, brother. Okay.